Genndy Tartakovsky is the creative mind behind such animated shows as Dexter's Laboratory, Star Wars Clone Wars, and director of Hotel Transylvania. But he's most famous for Samurai Jack, which is now available, the complete series remastered on Blu-ray. And Genndy joins me right now. Genndy, greetings!
Hello, Jeff.
So Samurai Jack returned to Adult Swim almost 10 years later. Tremendous response. The show is better than ever. But has Samurai Jack matured along with his audience?
Definitely. I mean, he definitely has matured. I mean, we dive into his inner thoughts a lot more than we've ever done. And he's in a very dark place when we picked up the 5th season. He's a lost soul. He's almost about to give up on his whole journey. Because after 50 years of doing something, he's lost his way. So yeah, he's definitely grown up and matured.
Now, being the creator of Samurai Jack, and you probably have all these storylines in your head, have you always thought about how you were going to end the show? Have you always thought about an ending in mind for Samurai Jack?
I didn't for the first, for the first 4 series while we were doing it. I didn't even want to really think about it. And then later, after I finished working in the show and the demand started to get and the popularity started to grow, I realized, well, maybe one day I will finish it. And as we started to develop movies, I started to think of what is the perfect ending. And then this love story ending that we have was always in my head because I wanted to execute a love story in this kind of great, bigger setting and see if I could get away with it. It's an extremely difficult thing to do, to be sincere about it, on a deeper level than just on the surface.
Samurai Jack seems more popular than ever. They're even re-releasing the movie for one day only nationwide. So how do you handle all the attention?
Yeah, I mean, we have the DVD coming out on Tuesday, the 17th. And so, it is definitely a promotional thing, but I think it's great that they see the value in Jack and that it's more artistic and there's a value in seeing it in the big screen. I've watched Samurai Jack a couple times on the big screen with an audience, and it is a completely different experience than sitting at home by yourself and watching it. It's so much more immersive. The art is, grand, and you're watching it dark, and nobody's running around, and your phone doesn't have to ring, and you really get lost in the experience. So I think if you have a chance, really go see it this way, because it's not going to happen probably ever again.
So Samurai Jack is now available on Blu-ray Special Edition. The complete series, was it a labor of love for you? Are there kind of some extra special features in there for fans?
Yeah, I think there's a few things we put in there, but mainly it's really taking the old standard definition prints and up-resing them to high definition. And it wasn't as easy as just like a little video transfer, because the way they store the prints nowadays is they cryogenically freeze them. And they're in this locker way up north in Canada, and then we had to thaw them out in 3 days, and then we'd finally remaster them and retouch them. So you think it'd be a lot easier, but in this digital age, it was a pretty crazy experience to go through that. So to have it, perfectly crisp, you've never seen Jack like this, where it's so crisp. And, all our little mistakes are now magnified. So forgive me for those. But yeah, it's really fun to see it that way.
So next fall, you have another Hotel Transylvania 3 coming out, working on Samurai Jack, working on all these projects. How do you balance it? Where do you find the time to do everything?
You find the time, this is what I do. I love what I do, and I would do it for free. Don't tell anybody else that. But it's something that's in me. And, I know I'm very realistic about how Hollywood works, and sometimes you're in and sometimes you can't get a job. And so when opportunities come, I tend to always take them because, I'm still semi-young and I still have almost the energy to do everything. And so you find the balance. My kids are older now. They don't care about me as much. So I have a little more time than I used to. Yeah, I think once the right door opens up and it's the right project, I'll definitely do it. But I do love animation, and I'm totally satisfied.
Now, Genndy, I know you were working on Popeye. That was my favorite character as a kid. Those Max Fleischer cartoons were just like my all-time favorite. I saw what you did on the internet a few years ago. I hear it's in trouble. I hear Popeye may not happen. Do you want me to write a letter? I will write a letter to start the campaign going.
Well, it did get canceled, so I'm not working on it. I haven't been for a little while now, and it's one of those things where people still talk about it. I never understood why they didn't want to do it, and so who knows? Maybe if the uproar is big enough, it'll return. I still would definitely love to do it. We had a great idea for it, and we did that little 1-minute teaser that turned out great and had a great response. So I think who knows? But right now it is non-active.
Genndy, thank you so much for speaking to me today. Samurai Jack show is better than ever. And make sure you come out and see us in Las Vegas. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, make sure you pick up the complete season of Samurai Jack now on HD, Blu-ray, all remastered. I bet it looks just fantastic. Also, if you want more reviews and interviews, you're going to surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, or head on over to YouTube, you can subscribe, make sure you share, and also give me a thumbs up. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.